Let's see if this works now. It's live, right? I yeah, I think it is live. Yeah, it feels so unprofessional to to do it this way. See, StreamYard makes things so much easier for you in the technical side, but the only reason I'm having to use my old friend OBS today is because StreamYard's audio streaming quality is absolute horseshit. And if I cast some music through StreamYard, if you hear just the music, you will feel like the music was recorded from a phone which was playing the music on a loudspeaker. Okay, a lot of people say that the mic quality is not good, the voice quality is not sounding that great. It's usually because of a various number of audio settings that I keep playing around with on StreamYard, but even the default settings are pretty crap. And that's what happens when all of it is done through one software on one website. No, usually people with proper streaming setups and proper podcasting channels, they have their own hardware setups. I'm doing all of that hardware requirement through StreamYard, so that's really bad on StreamYard. Even though my mic is really awesome, my sound card, though, you won't believe it. The sound guys here, VXT, might know what it is. It's a Motu, MOTU, Mark of the Unicorn sound card, and a fascinating microphone. But OBS only screws up because of the way I have to use the uh, screencasting feature and stuff, and OBS always lags. So VXT was asking, what's my GPU? I don't have a graphics card. I just have the default Ryzen 5 AMD. Okay, now all my mood that I that got elated from today morning when I woke up has now been screwed up a little because of this OBS StreamYard fiasco. Thanks so much for sticking around and coming back to the live stream once again after I cancelled the 3:30 live stream after realizing that the stream is absolutely worthless. Now, I'll get back to the mood by listening to the Ramayan teaser once again. I am not understanding one thing. Why are there so less views? I thought it would cross like 100 million, or at least 1 million, 2 million immediately. I think it's because of the number of fake fan made teasers that have been doing the rounds for so long that people are not sure why or which one is being made by whom. And Hans Zimmer with Rahman really sounds too good to be true. That's why I was not believing this one myself. And then finally, the teaser that I saw, the actual teaser, has been uploaded from a channel called World of Ramayana. Now, the channel is probably fan made, but the teaser is not, because later on I found out it has been uploaded from the Sony YouTube channel as well. Okay, Sony Music YouTube channel. So, not good enough to handle OBS. Yeah, apparently, because it's a default stock graphics card. No, it's not externally put in. I don't think it's really the fault of the graphics card, though. There might be something else as well. Now, another thing I'm not understanding is why isn't the Sony uploaded original teaser coming on the feeds of everyone, like people who are in these circles? See, I listen to about 20 hours of Hans Zimmer and Rahman music in every 3 4 days. So why wasn't this the first thing on my feed? Because also I'm discussing Ramayana adjacent stuff. You know what I mean politically. Why isn't that teaser immediately in front of my face the moment I open YouTube the first thing in the morning? So I don't know what's up. I don't know if YouTube is laying it down for some reason. I don't know what might be the intentions or politics or even the financial incentives behind that. I thought they would want to make money, but so far the teaser has 93,000 views, which is hilarious. And a lot of people could not believe. I think this has been the case since yesterday. I think most people are finding it too good to be true or too fascinating to be true. People are not believing it even. Hindu Vichardhara Didi is saying many channels have uploaded the teaser. That's why the views got distributed. Yeah, weird. Yeah, the short clip of Ranbir. Yes, that's what I'll come to. I'm still not hopeful about the looks of the movie. I'm hopeful about the CGI and stuff. I'm not hopeful about the movie in general because of Ranbir's look. Now, what can you do? The reason you dislike Ranbir that way in that look, I think, is because of how fakely clean shaven he looks, and that's supposed to be the look. Now, some texts have, I think, said that Lord Ram at least had some facial hair or the mustache when he was in the forest, and some disagree. Now, the reason we all love the RRR version of Lord Ram's look was because of the facial hair. Now, if you want to stick to the scriptures, you won't be able to, because there are many disagreements among the scriptures themselves. But you have to make it palatable for today's style sense, fashion sense. You have to a certain degree at least. It has to be a balance between the two, and I can't stand that clean shaven look on Ranbir. Let's see what happens, but I will watch it after what I've heard in the teaser. I will watch it in the theaters just because of the music. Now, let's check out the music first. Let me get back to a good mood, and then we will discuss. Okay, and I will play some parts on the piano as well to make you all understand why this has been such a great teaser, and also I'll discuss some other songs as well relevant to this teaser. Okay, wait for it. Who is making the movie? Nitesh Tiwari, Nilesh Tiwari or Nitesh Tiwari. Okay, let's start now, guys. कमेंट सेक्शन वहाँ पे लेना पड़ेगा, स्ट्रीम यार्ड पे मेरा यहाँ पे कमेंट सेक्शन रहता था. Oh, Dangal makers, I see. तब तो I have hopes. Dangal director was pretty good. That's Nitesh Tiwari, right? Yeah, Abhay, I wasn't going to use that word chikna, but clean shaven, to that's how Lord Ram is supposed to look on the calendars and stuff. That's how he is drawn and painted. Let's see. Let's listen to it once more. अटक गया क्या भाई, क्या करना है मुझे? हाथ पैर पकड़ ले क्या यूट्यूब का? ये थोड़ा जीपीयू का प्रॉब्लम है. हाँ, पकड़ करने दो. वाह वाह वाह, देखते हैं हाउ डू आई. ओके, आई हैव एन आइडिया. आई विल कीप माय कमेंट सेक्शन ऑन फ्रॉम माय फोन. There's a lot to discuss, guys. Let me check some comments. Uh, so, firstly, VFX by DNEG. They are the guys who have done Dune. Now, apparently, this Ramayana has $100 million budget. So first, when I heard that Hans Zimmer is supposed to do the music, I thought, yeah, I don't. I think he'll probably do one portion, maybe create one melody, and then his name gets associated with the movie. Maybe he gets paid just for that. Maybe the entire movie will be done by Rahman. Hans Zimmer will do one piece here and there. But Hans Zimmer's own, I've heard Hans Zimmer's own, just let's say, hiring rate. Hans Zimmer, the amount Hans Zimmer takes just to get involved in a movie is $500,000. Now, if the movie's budget is really $100 million, then that sounds believable. And so far, what I've heard in this particular piece, they are calling it the Ramayana introduction music. It's already up on all audio platforms as well. Okay, I used this music on my Instagram post as well, where I shared today's live stream. This music, I bet you, this has been made by both A.R. Rahman and Hans Zimmer, because I can clearly hear both people's influences here. I'm still not sure about the rest of the movie. I'm still very skeptical. I don't think Hans Zimmer and A.R. Rahman are going to do all that much of collaboration. If it does happen, it will be a very happy revelation. So part 2 is in Diwali 2027, part 1 is in Diwali 2026. So it's a 2-part movie. Okay, great. I wonder, what do you guys think? Let me check some comments. What do you guys think? Will Hans Zimmer really do the entire movie with Hans Zimmer? I mean with A.R. Rahman. Yeah, the BGM so far, it is just a teaser music. So far it's Hans Zimmer very much, and there's some A.R. Rahman as well. Music will carry this. Yeah, I'm going to watch it definitely just for the music. How many times have you seen the teaser? Some people know me all too well. I have been listening to it on loop since the moment I found it today, about 3 hours back. The orchestration choir section, yes, absolutely. Now let's discuss some other stuff. Let's go through it part by part. Now, why did I call it a biased review? And I'll address the concerns that a lot of people have regarding the hiring of Hans Zimmer and A.R. Rahman in this movie, okay? So, I'm absolutely a fanboy of these two people specifically. So, this is a biased review because Hans Zimmer is officially my favorite composer. A.R. Rahman is officially my second favorite composer. And both of them are teaming up to do the music for this movie. Now, I get some of the concerns that it will be full of Sufi music and stuff, which is simply one of the genres that A.R. Rahman likes to do. What people don't understand about A.R. Rahman's obsession with Sufi is that the directors want Sufi music, and then A.R. Rahman does Sufi music. It's not like the director will tell him, make a bhajan for this section, and A.R. Rahman will say, नहीं हमको तो सूफी करना है, भजन करवाना है तो किसी और के पास जाओ, भागो यहाँ से. ऐसा कॉन्वर्सेशन नहीं होता है प्रोड्यूसर डायरेक्टर के साथ A.R. रहमान का. जो प्रोड्यूसर डायरेक्टर चाहेंगे वही A.R. रहमान देंगे. तो and A.R. रहमान can't make bhajans, some people were saying. Have you all forgotten the music of Lagan, guys? Now A.R. rahman's knowledge of Carnatic music is beyond questioning. Some people might think, who have forgotten about Lagan, that he might not be that adept at North Indian music. Think of his work in Lagan, guys. Lagan, O Palan Hare. Think of his bhajan in Swades. Okay? It was sung by Madhushri Chakraborty. Which, although the melody was kind of similar to Tu Hire. That melody, right? So A.R. Rahman cannot make bhajans is a factually wrong statement. Now, the other thing is, will there be still Sufi-inspired music and stuff? I think there might be. Simply because the director and producer might be too dumb to ask for it. Too dumb to end up asking for it, okay? That's the same concern I had with Chhava. I think Ajay Atul were the best people who could have done Chhava. Because there has to be heavy Marathi influences, and it's not like Ajay Atul can't do orchestration stuff. See, one thing you all will have to remember: the non-musician people. Just knowledge of Indian music can't help you make a complete movie today. You have to know orchestration, Western classical music to make it epic, large, bombastic, powerful, energetic in today's context. You cannot do that with one tabla, one harmonium, one sitar, one sarod. And all Indian music is just that. They are single instruments. 50, 100, 200 Indian musicians don't get together and play a piece of music. Even if they do, let's say it's a chanting of many people together, or it's one of those gimmicky concerts where 100 or 200 or 500, 10,000 sitar players are playing together. None of them are really orchestrations because all of them are playing one single melody. That's the key difference between Western music and Eastern music. We don't have harmonies. And when you don't have harmonies, it won't sound that large in today's context, because now, after about 50 years of listening to Western music, Indians' ears are molded that way. We have grown up listening to John Williams, Jurassic Park, Hans Zimmer in Man of Steel, Lion King, etc. Okay, now after that, you cannot expect a person to do just Indian music and make the background score be epic, lush, etc. Okay, so someone was saying that A.R. Rahman doesn't get the nuances of Ramayana's bhava. Fair enough. Get someone who gets Ramayana's bhava. If they don't understand Eastern classical music and Western classical music as much as A.R. Rahman, they are not going to be able to do jack shit with it. Now, Chhava's music, I still think Ajay Atul could have done a better job. But when it comes to Ramayana, the kind of look, feel, sound they are going for that A.R. Rahman is necessary, and Hans Zimmer, there's no one right now better than Hans Zimmer at what he does. No one in the world. Ajay Atul probably could have done that, but I'm saying as a huge fanboy of Ajay Atul, probably and could have. But also there's a name gimmick as well. A.R. Rahman, Hans Zimmer. People immediately look at the movie in a different way. People think about the movie in a different way. And it's very, very directed towards the international audiences as well. We can realize, I think, guess that. For that, having Hans Zimmer works great. This music is going to set people's minds on fire, because this is almost old school Hans Zimmer. This is Man of Steel Hans Zimmer. This is Batman vs Superman Hans Zimmer. This is not today's Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer has himself gone on to the ambient minimalist end ever since Batman vs Superman got over. I think he himself was kind of fed up with it. Let's see what are the comments going on. I'm better than Hans. There is one guy who could have done it as well as A.R. Rahman, if not better. It's not Ajay Atul, it's M.M. Keeravani. Why M.M. Keeravani was not asked to collaborate with Hans Zimmer here? There, I think the question is simply political. I think that's the reason A.R. Rahman was hired for Chhava as well, instead of Ajay Atul. It's because they don't want the tag of a Hindutvadi movie. They don't want the tag of a right-wing movie. Hence A.R. Rahman. A Muslim composer is doing the music for Chhava. A Muslim composer is doing the music for Ramayana. Then though it might be something really good and not just right-wing propaganda. I think for that reason they chose A.R. Rahman. Otherwise, M.M. Keeravani could have probably done this a little better. Although I don't see how, if I don't know, composition-wise, melody-wise, Indian melody-wise, I think M.M. Keeravani would have done a little better of a job because of how much, how brilliantly he has done Bahubali. Remember, one grudge I have against A.R. Rahman is that he has never really done the epic, large-scale, bombastic background scores like Hans Zimmer, really ever. Some bits of it in PS1, a bit of it in Chhava, but none of it is Hans Zimmer-like, nor is it RRR Bahubali-like. It's definitely not Bahubali-like. Bahubali is the Hans Zimmerish background score for India. I think Bahubali is the peak, the pinnacle of that genre. And A.R. Rahman has never touched that genre so far. But since we have Hans Zimmer to do the epic things here, if at all they do collaborate for the entire movie, then I think we are settled. We don't need to worry. Let me check some comments and we'll go ahead. I just don't want it to be a Bahubali style movie. It will be a Bahubali style movie. Half Blood Prince, वो तो हमारी जिंदगी में उसके अलावा कुछ नहीं होगा. Music Bahubali के तरह हो, तब at least we are going to be happy. Brahma portrayed as a human look. Why is that? No idea. Dada, did you watch that series when where they have shown combination of traditional Indian music and Western Indian music? It also has Nasruddin Shah. It's on Amazon, right? Yeah, I have not watched it. It's very it's very popular. I don't have Amazon, so I don't know. If certain Western elements are added to Indian music, it can thrive. Yeah, yeah, Bandish Bandits. Yes. What do you think of Ravi Basrur? Phenomenal. I think Ravi Basrur is the more modern, edgy version of Ajay Atul's capabilities. I love his work in KGF and all that, definitely. I love his work in even what's the KGF vibe thing? Salar, yeah, Salar's theme. I like Ravi Basrur's work in even that insane music. The Nada Prabhu Kempegoda airport opening theme music, okay, that Hombale Films released. Ravi Basrur did the music of that as well. That's incredible work. But they are tier 2. Tier 1 is A.R. Rahman, M.M. Kiravani. And global tier 1 is Hans Zimmer. Now let me just, for show off sake, let me tell you who are my favorite composers. Top 5, okay? Hans Zimmer, A.R. Rahman, someone called Alexander Desplat. Different people pronounce his name differently. Alexandre, Splat, Alexandre Desplat, etc. I pronounce it as Alexander Desplat. He's the guy who did the music for Imitation Game, Shape of Water, Grand Budapest Hotel, many other stuff. His most important work is Tree of Life. But he has already won 2 Oscars, one for Shape of Water and one for Imitation Game. And no, Grand Budapest Hotel. He won the nomination for Imitation Game. My fourth favorite composer is Olafur Arnalds, and my fifth favorite composer is M.M. Kiravani. And here I think M.M. Kiravani and Hans Zimmer ideally should have teamed up. Now we will get into someone called Dhruv Goel as well later in the video. For now, we will get into directly analyzing the music, okay? Let me check some comments. Lord of the Rings ka kaun kiya tha? That's the best one I've heard in my experience. Howard Shore. Yeah, Lord of the Rings is definitely. But I will tell you, Rishabh, Lord of the Rings kind of music can be done by A.R. Rahman. But purely heaviness wise, M.M. Kiravani beats A.R. Rahman. Howard Shore is not that heavy. Hans Zimmer is heavy. Why don't we have minimalist music and orchestral music with Indian instrument? Good question. Indian instruments, if I think some people do try it. I can't think of a minimalist song with Indian instruments, not off the top of my head. You can think of Bangladesh's Winds of Change project, probably. It's kind of minimal. It's mainly Coke Studio kind of stuff. Coke Studio is pretty minimal. And in orchestral music, Indian instruments are going to be a little tough to use because again, they are solo instrument who need to be upfront. But on the other hand, if you play a bunch of them and play harmonies, then it becomes a problem. So ideally, the way to use Indian instruments in an orchestral setting would be instead of the lead solo being played on a cello or violin, you would have to play it on a veena or sitar. I think that can be done. I think that's kind of the music you are going to see in Kantara 2, the prequel. Now, the other stuff I wanted to discuss was opera influence on music. Yeah, it's purely Western classical. That's all opera. Yeah, that's all choir. I don't think he should be this clean shaven. Yeah, now they want to go theologically, I guess. I have not heard Joe Hisaishi. Telugu and Tamil movies, minimalist Carnatic music in romantic and drama. Yeah. Think of the song Yendo Barada in Garuda Gamana Vrishabha Vahana. Lots of flute, basuri, minimalist arrangement by Midhun Mukundan. I believe that real scholars like Rambhadracharya should be involved into making the story. Yeah. Else would have valorization of Ravan like... No, they are not going to dare do that because of the Adipurush fiasco. I bet you Ravan is not going to be shown in a good light. I like how some people are doing experiments in Carnatic music. Yeah, Carnatic music is the home of experimentation. Okay. Let's start analyzing the music. जितना आज में मुझे कॉपीराइट देना है दे दो यूट्यूब. Oh yes, Alexander Desplat is also the one who composed the music for the last two Harry Potter films. Okay, only the last two, Half-Blood Prince 1 and 2. No, not Half-Blood Prince. Deathly Hallows 1 and 2. Yeah. Okay. VXT, are you still here? Can you hear the Omnisphere choir here, VXT? The way to recognize an Omnisphere's choir, Omnisphere is a software, okay? Very, very popular in Bollywood as well. Amit Trivedi even swears by Omnisphere. And I don't have Omnisphere, which is why I got really disappointed with his music production masterclass that I had bought once. So he was entirely doing it on Omnisphere. It's not that you can't do that stuff outside Omnisphere, but I was just sad that he doesn't use a bunch of other stuff as well. He's very Omnisphere heavy. Now, VXT, are you here? The way to recognize the Omnisphere choir is you'll hear these letters, syllables being spelt out, okay? And that's what you can hear in Man of Steel as well. Yeah, that's Omnisphere. Milton is asking an interesting question. How is it Namit Malhotra's Ramayana and not Nitesh Tiwari's? Because Namit Malhotra is the producer, the guy hiring the director, the composer, deciding who will do what. He has the final creative say. I think description of Ram, Ravan, etc. should be kept like how they have been portrayed for generations, including some original improvisation like armors. I liked Ranveer's look. Okay, if you liked Ranveer's look, then congratulations. But most of us are not going to like the current look. I think the clean shaven look is just not that respected these days. I myself can't stand it. Dada, who did the music for Captain Phillips? It's so amazing. I don't remember. It was done by someone big. Captain Phillips is a great movie. Now, so we have the Omnisphere software here, and let's get to the music now. I won't read any more comments right now. This is so good. Okay, two things to discuss here. Two things happen here. अरे इतना बार रिवाइंड में टाइप. Yeah. So the brass section here. Brass section meaning trombone, trumpet, etc. Contrabass, no, contrabass is probably wooden, I forgot. So all those instruments are playing one melody first. Now, when that significantly in your face melody fades out, another melody comes beneath it, okay? That's where Hans Zimmer comes in, I think. That's where Hans Zimmer's Batman vs Superman kind of music comes in. That melody comes in. Now, the fun part with Hans Zimmer is he kind of, I think it's a demand of producers and directors as well. It's not completely non-Hans Zimmery in any of his music in the last 10-15 years. Earlier on, he used to do it. He likes to go fully fresh into a film, but producers, directors don't want that. They want Hans Zimmer for a very particular kind of sound. Now, before he came to Hollywood, he used to do a bunch of fresh, different kinds of stuff in every movie, okay? If you listen to his music in My Dear Laundrette or something, he did an ancient movie in England. My Fair Laundrette or something like that, okay? A bunch of Indian actors were there in that movie. It's based in England, and Daniel Day-Lewis is in that movie. If you listen to that music, you won't recognize it as Hans Zimmer's music. Then he did some parallel art house type movie set in Africa. That was complete African choir and stuff, which he later developed further with Western classical to do the music for Lion King. And then he comes to Hollywood. Uh, then that incredible music with Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise, that movie, okay, where they played two brothers. Dustin Hoffman was sort of a mentally special child, and Tom Cruise was the brother who was not special. And there also Hans Zimmer does kinds of music that today you wouldn't be able to recognize as Hans Zimmer's music, but melody wise, impact wise, context wise, they were all fascinating. Now, um, first of all, I think I must tell you why Hans Zimmer's always ends up being special for me. Lion King is one of my most impactful movies of my life because of the story, etc., and because of simply the nostalgia. My mom used to take me to Kolkata Children's Film Festival in Nandon when I was a toddler. That's where I first saw Lion King, and back then I did not understand a word of English, so Lion King is done so well, directed so well. Uh, I mean, even the animation is so good, the music impact is so good that you roughly get the vibe. And even my mom was not that strong in English back then, but she used to explain to me line by line the entire movie in the theater, whispering in my ears. So that's why Lion King was always special, and because of the impactful story. Okay, now what people don't know is that Lion King is essentially a retelling of Hamlet. Hamlet is a retelling of an essentially forever cultural motif-based story in Europe and even in the Middle East. Okay, that some young guy was wronged by a trusted brother or a soldier of a king. Then the young prince gets blamed. He runs away. He has to run away. Comes back, and the prodigal son returns and takes the throne. That's the story of Hamlet. That's the story of Bahubali. That's the story of Lion King. Okay, this is an age-old cultural motif for all of humanity. I think it's a very, very universal story. So for that reason, Lion King always stuck with me. Now then, in 2013, when I was in the middle of my metal career, Man of Steel comes out, and I go to the theater for the first time, and I'm blown away. I think even before the movie release, I did check out some trailers, and I was blown away because of how just powerful the music sounded. And when I when I heard that last piece of music at the outro, okay, the rest of the movie was awesome anyway. But in the end, okay, the piece is called "What Are You Going to Do When You Are Not Saving the World?" That's the name of the track, okay, because that's what. হ্যাঁ চলে আয়, কথা বলিস, আমি ক্যামেরাটা বন্ধ করছি, তুই পিছনে গিয়ে একটা চেয়ার নিয়ে বসে পড়, বা ওপরে গিয়ে বসতে পারিস। ওকে দাঁড়া, ক্যামেরাটা বন্ধ করি। ওকে তোর ওকে, so Hans Zimmer in Man of Steel does something fascinating in that piece. Okay, what are you going to do when you are not saving the world? It was Superman's mother asking Clark Kent that what are you going to do when you're not saving the world? And that's when the music comes up. Da, 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 da. And then the main impact comes in. Da, 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 da. Wait. কথাও বলিস না। ওপরে কি বস, বারবার ফোন আসবে তোর, তাড়াতাড়ি যা। Well, my girlfriend just arrived. Anyway, so in that section, I decided, hearing that, when the movie ends at the end, okay, that's when it shows directed by Zack Snyder, music Hans Zimmer, produced by Christopher Nolan and Emma Thomas. That's when I decide I have to do this. What music is this? Now, we have always grown up listening to Western classical music, but at that point I decided I'll do Western classical music myself and I'll do background scores. I can't be happy with just metal anymore. This is my genre. Now, I come back home, look up Hans Zimmer on Wiki. Up until 2013, I was not that big of a specifically Hans Zimmer fan, okay? Because I was busy listening to metal bands and stuff, and all sorts of rock music and metal music. I look up Hans Zimmer on Wikipedia, and I find out he is the guy who did Lion King, which has forever been such a special movie for me. After all those years, after about 20 years or 15 years, I find out the reason I'm getting into background scores, that composer is also the composer who did that movie which changed my life during my childhood. Then this 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 my relationship of coincidences with Hans Zimmer keeps on happening. Just a few days back, I was on the verge of a breakup, and as a last-ditch effort, I took my girlfriend to watch F1. Okay, and randomly we entered to watch F1. We were just talking things out that can we really salvage this relationship, etc. And we went into watch F1 without knowing who is involved with it. I just thought, okay, let's watch a nice movie that would seem cool and gigantic on the big screen. So I buy tickets and go watch F1. F1 has great visuals and stuff. It has Brad Pitt. It has Formula One racing. So I thought, how bad can it really be? Let's just see. And I sit in the theaters, and 5 seconds into the movie, it shows original score by Hans Zimmer. Again, that guy comes back in my life. So Hans Zimmer is something different for me. Now, that Hans Zimmer is, I think, for the last in the recent times, not doing entirely fresh music because of the demands of the producers, I think. Now, Dunkirk was sort of a moving away from his original genres. He did something fascinating with Dunkirk, which is all the EDM type of loops that you hear. He did all of that with really actually played cello pizzicatos and violin pizzicatos and stuff, okay? He played all of that in violins and viola. That was very different sounding. Dune was very different sounding. Very different. But then in F1, I found out that, well, it's probably his gigantic bunch of interns doing a large part of the movie, or he has just simply given up on convincing directors to allow him to do completely fresh music. Because in F1, you can hear almost all of his music. I could hear Man of Steel in F1 in certain scenes. I could hear Lion King in certain scenes. I could hear Batman vs Superman in certain scenes. Now, when an Indian director approaches Hans Zimmer, he is not going to really hire Hans Zimmer for doing original music. He is going to hire Hans Zimmer for doing Hans Zimmer stuff. And by Hans Zimmer stuff, we mean Dark Knight Rises, Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman. That's what he's giving us here. And this melody that we were talking in the beginning about, ding, 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 all of that is Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman's motif, okay? If you right now go and check out Batman vs Superman again, you'll hear the similarities in this music. I think we will check out those stuff as well. Let's listen to this further now. Let's see what else is there to discuss. And we will have to discuss a guy called Dhruv Goyal. Remind me, okay? This is very Batman vs Superman, right? Now, the way Batman vs Superman musically was connected to Man of Steel was, in Man of Steel the melody would go further, okay? Let me play my piano now. I am using the authentic Hans Zimmer piano only. Y'all can hear the melody, right? Yeah. Now, in Man of Steel, it would go further. Yeah, this was a melody in Man of Steel. Now, since going here has a bit of a melancholy feeling, a bit of a sad, almost, it's a little sweeter. That's why they did not go up until this point in the Batman vs Superman movie. So there they remain here. That's where they go in that zone. Now, Junkie XL was the one who was assisting, or basically collaborating with Hans Zimmer in that entire movie. And Junkie XL did not get the full credits in Man of Steel. He got the full credits in Batman vs Superman. The music is officially done by Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL, and then Junkie XL starts doing his own stuff with Deadpool and World Engines and stuff. What was that movie with World Engine? Was it called World Engine? I like that movie. It's a steampunk movie. Now, here we wonder who is mainly assisting or collaborating with Hans Zimmer, other than, of course, Rahman is doing his own stuff. I think it might be Dhruv Goel. Dhruv Goel is a Berkeley pass out who now works with Hans Zimmer, and we will listen to his own composition called Pinha as well. The Berkeley Indian Ensemble, which you all have heard probably. All of their stuff is arranged produced by someone called Annette Phillip. She's a Kerala Christian woman who studied in Berkeley herself, and then created this Berkeley India Ensemble, and then is a professor there. Dhruv Goel's original composition Pinha is the only original composition. No, the one of the two original compositions by Berkeley India Ensemble. They usually do only covers of famous Indian songs, okay, by Clinton Sereho, Shankar Mahadevan, Shreya Ghoshal, A.R. Rahman, etc. Now, the one other time that they did an original song was when they composed the Bengali song Jago Pia, because of the vocalist Armin Musa. She is a Bangladeshi. Her father wrote a poem called Jago Pia, which is absolutely bogus. It sounds like an AI generated Bengali poem. Okay, all the catchy words were there: Jago Pia, Asho, Jayona, etc. Like the AI generated Bollywood lyrics. Okay, Pia, Sanam, Janam, Hamra Hi, Hamras, etc. और कुछ नहीं दिमाग में आया तो मौला 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 करके चिल्लाते रहो, पूरे कोरस में हो गया बढ़िया रॉक कोरस. और for metal lyricists, even they have this cliche trap they fall into. Every metal lyrics has at least one paragraph about salvation. Okay, so even there's a band called Pain of Salvation, lol. So they did a melody for Jagopia and created an entirely fresh new Bengali composition to commemorate Mother Tongue Day. But the other original composition is by Dhruv Goel, which was, I think, arranged by Annette Phillip. Now, that Dhruv Goel might be the one assisting Hans Zimmer in this project as well, simply because he's Indian, maybe. Now, so far I'm hearing a bunch of Batman vs Superman, so we will check out Batman vs Superman after listening to this teaser. Are you all hearing this on big speakers and headphones, guys? Otherwise, you're not getting it. You're not getting what's going on in the music, guys. Do not be unfair to yourself. Go to the Sony Music channel, okay? Sony Music India channel, and listen to it there with your headphone. Put the volume as loudly as you can, okay? Go deaf if you need to. You don't need years after you've heard this for anything else in your life. This is the most Hans Zimmer thing ever. And that choir. People who listen to Hans Zimmer on loop know that this is that exact group of vocalists that Hans Zimmer always uses. At least the ones he has used in Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman. Now the drop. This is my favorite. This is one of the greatest moments in Indian film music history. This drop, Dharti Ambar. Oh, I don't know what the lyrics are, But you see, there's so much of Dark Knight Rises, Man of Steel, and Batman vs Superman in this. This was a clear direction, clear demand of the producer and director कि भाई ऐसे ऐसा बनाने के लिए आपको हायर किया है. हमको कोई ओरिजिनल फ्रेश जॉनरा नहीं चाहिए भूसरी के, हमको चाहिए डार्क नाइट राइजेस. तो वही हो रहा है यहाँ पे. नाउ लिसन टू दिस सेक्शन. Now, music in the end, art in the end is subjective. So if you don't like this section, I'm not talking to you. What I'm discussing is not for you. But if you do like this section, and if you do like this drop, and I think subconsciously you like the entire music because of the impact from this drop, there we will get into what's so fascinating about the drop. What happens there that it makes it so great, okay? मैं पॉज नहीं दे सकता हूँ. पॉज देना मैं भूल जा रहा हूँ यहाँ पे जब ये कॉयर कोरस घुस रहा है. ये जो कोरस है, ये जो कॉयर है मेरा, ये जो कोरस है मेरा, ये कभी ना टूटे एक्सेट्रा. नाउ आई हैव टू गेट बैक टू इट. सो there is Sanskrit pronunciations here, which I think has been managed because of A.R. Rahman's own choir in Chennai. So I think both choirs are singing together. I don't know if if his choir, Hans Zimmer's choir, and A.R. Rahman's choir met up together in LA and recorded it. And now Hans Zimmer usually records his stuff in London at the inside a church. What's the name of that studio? I forgot. Temple Church or something. That's where all of his background scores have been recorded. I wonder if they had the budget for even those kinds of Hans Zimmer indulgences. But I wonder if I don't know if A.R. Rahman's choir went to sing it directly with Hans Zimmer's. They might have. It's $100 million budget, so who knows. But if not, Chennai recorded Hans Zimmer, A.R. Rahman's choir, and Hans Zimmer sent his choir from LA, and now both have been blended here. The Sanskrit pronunciation in the end is really horrible, which tells me that part has been sung by Hans Zimmer's singers, and I don't know why that could not be done by an Indian singer. Why did the producer do that? Why did he not insist that at least sing those where there's one single solo vocalist in focus? Why are you hiring a foreigner for that? The uchcharan is horrible there. Okay, now the main impact of the drop. Okay, we'll get to that. Let me check some comments as well. Music by Hans Zimmer and A.R. Rahman. क्या दिन देखने को मिल रहा है. चलो एक बात तो अच्छा है कि ऐसे म्यूजिक का अगर डिमांड बढ़े तो उससे मेरा ही अच्छा है, क्योंकि this is the key genre where I specialize in, okay? And not many people want to do this genre. A lot of people think this will cost too much. A lot of people don't know that people like me exist. So if this is a demand that increases now, I hope I'll be hired by more people, lol. And we can hopefully move on from minimalist this, minimalist that, and do non-minimalist this and non-minimalist that, okay? Less is not more always, guys. More is more. How can less be more all the fucking time? If you want to do minimalist stuff, yes, I get it. Coke Studio is great. Great. Winds of Change is great. Midhun Mukundan is great. But not always. Sometimes you need Hans Zimmer and M.M. Keeravani to blow the roof off the studio they are recording in. Sometimes you need to go deaf. And sometimes you need to throw the ukulele and burn it with a bit of kerosene on it and stop singing like a cat meowing, okay? All of that stuff needs to go. Now, let's listen to the drop. ये थोड़ा स्लो है इंटरनेट के वजह से नहीं, मेरे जीपीयू के वजह से. ये कितना टाइम लगेगा? रुको. धरती अंबर पे जाते हैं. वहां पे एक चीज है. चलो चलो, ये ऑलरेडी एचडी में नहीं है, हमको तो एचडी में ही सुनना है। सुनेंगे तो एचडी में सुनेंगे, नहीं तो नहीं सुनेंगे। क्या बवाल है यहाँ पे। मरगरी थिंगल इज अ डिसेंट वर्क बाय रमन। थोड़ा रुको, ठीक है। अच्छा, यही नहीं होगा, ओबीएस का औकात नहीं है। 720 करते हैं, रुको। Yeah, now let me show you what happens here. This is the main melody you are hearing. There's a harmony beneath, which is absolutely beautifully mixed. Now, the guy who mixes Hans Zimmer stuff usually is Alan Meyerson. I wonder if he has mixed this. The mix sounds very usual Hans Zimmer-y. So I think it might have been Alan Meyerson. So this is the harmony, okay. So both melodies start off at the same point, but then one goes down and one goes up, okay. And the harmony says, so let's play both together. This is what happens. Listen to this here. What a great drop. What a great drop. And see, the people blaming Rahman for doing bad music these days or doing Sufi too much. Remember, guys, composers are not at the top of the food chain in a film production team. It's the producers, directors, and in the case of Bengal, it's often the wife of the producer who also gives verdicts, okay? What will be approved and what won't be, okay? So, kudos to Namit Malhotra, Nitesh Tiwari for approving this music. We will never know how much of great music has been lost in time simply because the producers and directors did not approve that stuff. Simply because their taste was horseshit. Okay. Thank you, Rishabh. Ladli GPU Yojana. Thank you for contributing 1,000 rupees to West Bengal GDP. Lol. GPU Bhandar, yes. Oh, क्या drop है. Did you all hear the harmony? That's the lead melody. The harmony behind in the upper octave is and then that main Brahm. It's called a Brahm these days because it sounds like a Brahm. It's done with a bunch of brass sections, low brass, and also some cello and double bass. Not some cello and double bass, a lot of cello and double bass. And that's where you get this effect that was there in Inception first and foremost, and that's when it became famous, Brahm. And today if you search in many music softwares, VSTs, that tone is called Brahm, okay? So that Brahm we get in an Indian movie teaser, thanks to Hans Zimmer, thanks to Namit Malhotra and A.R. Rahman. Now someone is saying they should have chosen M.M. Keeravani instead of overrated A.R. Rahman. I disagree that A.R. Rahman is overrated, but I agree that M.M. Keeravani would be a better fit for this simply because he is better adept at doing large, epic, heavy music. I think A.R. Rahman was chosen over M.M. Keeravani, even though M.M. Keeravani has more name recognition, or at least as much name recognition as A.R. Rahman, pretty much, because of RRR and Bahubali. But even then A.R. Rahman was chosen because you have to show off that it's not a Hindutwadi project, it's a secular project and everyone is welcome. So you see our composer is Muslim. For that reason A.R. Rahman was chosen. This is an eargasmic live stream, it has to be. A very underrated background score work of Hans Zimmer is Black Hawk Down. Yes, it is very underrated. I agree. Thank you, Divya, for bringing it up. So Ravan has a sword and Ram has bow and arrow. Interstellar was top tier. Interstellar was extremely top tier, and Interstellar not getting an Oscar was the day I understood that award ceremonies are not about. I remembered. I realized that, oh yes, award ceremonies are not about which is the best product. It is about lobbies and who has the best connections, and what giving that Oscar says about you as a jury. Like, for example, in Black Panther, 12 Years a Slave, they said the jury kind of admitted that, yeah, we didn't even watch the movie. This has to get Oscar. Yes, ऐसा स्टोरी है, ऐसे ऐसे लोगों के लिए है. अमेरिका वाज बिल्ट ऑन द बैक्स ऑफ स्लेवरी, भाई तब तो ऑस्कर देना ही चाहिए, तो दे देते हैं ऑस्कर. तो Interstellar not winning an Oscar does not make any fucking sense to me even today. I thought, okay, at least even if Hans Zimmer doesn't get, at least Alexander Desplat should get it for Imitation Game. But no, Alexander Desplat gets it that year for Grand Budapest Hotel, which is a bunch of European folk stuff, which is pretty good, but it was nothing amazing or fascinatingly new and stuff. So yeah, Interstellar still pisses me off today. Interstellar not getting best background score. Nice CGI stuff, nice VFX stuff here, not CGI. On the shields and the letters of the Om, right? Beautiful stuff here. So much detail, so much clarity. See, the choir, I think the Berkeley choir has also been used. I think I can recognize some of the Berkeley voices in this choir. And this melody again, एक बढ़िया line of melody है वो ही के धरती है अंबर दा da 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 da. That melody line is also so beautiful. This is the part I don't get. She sings of obviously brilliantly. The humming itself, the clarity. I think this is definitely Chennai and LA quality recording भाई. ये बॉलीवुड में नहीं होता है for some reason. बॉलीवुड में मुंबई में स्टूडियोज ऐसे हैं, यशराज स्टूडियो में तो जो इक्विपमेंट चाहिए मिल जाएगा. But for some reason their taste is different. Maybe the miking techniques are different. Chennai does stuff that Bollywood still hasn't managed. So this vocals, this is definitely recorded in LA because it's a foreigner singing. Unless A.R. Rahman got someone with an equally horrible pronunciation to sing this Siaram. But this Siaram, ये काहे Siaram को लिया? Siaram वाली vocalist दीदी ने थोड़ा humming तो बहुत बहुत बढ़िया किया. कितना beautiful vibrato था यहाँ पे, है ना? वो कितना बढ़िया चल रहा था. अचानक से आके सियाराम ये बोल दिया. हमको सियाराम नहीं चाहिए. ये हमिंग बहुत लोगों से होता चेन्नई में जो वैसा ही हमिंग कर सकते थे. उनको एलए में ले जाना चाहिए था, या फिर चेन्नई में ही ऐसा माइक है, ए.आर. रहमान के पास है, ऐसा स्टूडियो है ए.आर. रहमान के खुद के पास, मगर वो काहे नहीं किया. आई कांट फिगर दिस पार्ट आउट. This is the second most disappointing part about this teaser. The most disappointing part is Ranbir's look, and the second most is this Siaram. Why? How can a team that has collected so much goodwill through all these great ideas about hiring these people for music and stuff, ये कैसे हो गया? ये Siaram क्यों? क्या अजीब बात है. Uh, the percussions Rishabh is saying are probably done by Rahman. I think they are a mix. They might have been recorded in LA only. But still, the question is how much of involvement Hans Zimmer will have for the entire movie. Now, it's filmed for IMAX. If it's filmed for IMAX, I don't know if they are saying it as a gimmick, because a lot of people who shoot some scenes for IMAX say the entire movie is for IMAX. I don't think I'm going to watch it on IMAX. इधर उधर देखना मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता है. बट VFX बाई DNEG तो बढ़िया होगा. मगर DNEG में बढ़िया VFX देखे भी क्या होगा. वो रणबीर जो हो गया. 1 मिनट फिर से रणबीर का लुक देखते हैं. यहाँ पे रणबीर का लुक नहीं है. वो कहाँ गया. वो सिर्फ वर्ल्ड ऑफ रामायण में है क्या. वो चैनल से अपलोड किया हुआ टीजर में है. दिखा क्या यहाँ पे. इतना टाइम लग रहा है बफरिंग में. We don't have much of IMAX theaters. Yeah, this is a target for mainly global audiences के सबको इन्वॉल्व करना है रामायण में. अरे कि भाई कितना टाइम लगेगा. This is why I support animation over live action. No, animation में तो I mean if your capability isn't that, then animation. But if your capability can really achieve that, then you should go for live action. Friendly fridge lol. About the look is the only thing that is my pet peeve. You can't have actors who look remotely similar to the characters as per the depiction in the Itihasas. Rama is supposed to be Ajina Babu. रावण ऐसा पर्दा डाल के कब आया था. If this movie fails, this movie won't fail because of many other stuff, but I don't think people will entirely like it. अच्छा छोड़ो, अभी रणबीर का लुक ढूंढने में टाइम चला जाएगा. Now the other film I forgot to mention up until now, which like which the choir sounds really, is Da Vinci Code. If you all have heard the Da Vinci Code background score OST on loop separately other than the movie as well, you all will know what I'm talking about. This has Da Vinci Code choir written all over it. I think it's the same choir, or a bunch of those same people have recorded it. I wonder if it's the same studio. This first and foremost reminded me of Batman vs Superman and Da Vinci Code, the choir section mainly. Now let's get this over with, and then we will check out Batman vs Superman's trailer, and then we will check out Dhruv Goel's work, who is now an assistant of Hans Zimmer. Okay. The one thing that separates good CGI from bad CGI is the establishment of the weight, वजन of the thing you are watching. Okay, तो बैड CGI वाले चीज़ों में मतलब वो सबकॉन्शियसली तुम्हें बैड लगेगा इस वजह से कि उसका वजन एस्टेब्लिश नहीं हो रहा है. जितना वजन होना चाहिए दिखने में, एक अगर मनुष्य जैसा है या फिर कोई मॉन्स्टर भी है, CGI जनरेटेड मॉन्स्टर है, तो उसका जो वेट होना चाहिए तुमको आंखों में पता चल जाता है, क्योंकि तुमने ऐसे चीज़ें देखे हैं, बड़े साइज़ की चीज़ें देखें, तुम्हें पता है कि अगर ऐसा कोई साइज़ है किसी चीज़ का तो उसका वज़न कितना होगा. CGI में क्या होता है, वो ऐसे पंछियों की तरह उड़ता है, बटरफ्लाई की तरह उड़ता है, तो वहाँ पे CGI में गोलमाल हो जाते हैं. थिंक ऑफ दैट सीन इन सम ऑफ द बैड CGI सीन्स इन बाहुबली. ओके, लाइक इन बाहुबली 2, प्रभास गेटिंग अप द लॉग. ओके, और इन तानाजी Ajay Devgan getting up a log, or that one bad CGI scene in RRR where you first see the tiger coming face to face. Okay, that scene was really horrible. Remember, the weight doesn't get established. Okay, here that problem exists to a certain extent. I think Ranbir Kapoor's weight was not completely established, but the rest of the area VFX was pretty good. I wonder if they will be able to establish the weight later on. I think the shot of Ram that we saw from behind was a CGI Ram. That's the problem, and that's the problem they'll have to face for the entire movie. If you don't have practical effects, if you don't have real sets fused with CGI, if you go for complete CGI horseshit like Adipurush, then you are fucked anyway. But even a person like Rajamouli has screwed up in some scenes, right? After all, he did not have a budget like Ramayan's. This is $100 million movie. So there, I hope they fuse a lot of practical effects with CGI. Now, Lord Ram running about on a branch of a tree, ऐसे फालतू के चीज़ें क्यों चाहिए जो कि इम्पॉसिबल थे रियल लॉर्ड राम के लिए, आज भी बिलीवेबल है ही नहीं, और ऐसे वियर्ड चीज़ें दिखाने के चक्कर में तुम घटिया CGI करते हो जिसके लिए पूरा का पूरा मूड चौपट हो जाता है. That's the problem, and I think they'll go for that kind of a vibe. But let's see what do they do with the $100 million. अरे ये भोसड़ी के कितना टाइम लगेगा बफर होने में. ठीक है, तो Ranbir's face is very irritating here, and if Ranbir speaks like that Salman Khan John Abraham way of speaking की नहीं सीता तुम्हें मुझे जाने देना होगा, that whispering fucking voice, if he does that, I can't help it. I'll watch the movie only once if there are dialogues and CGI like that, or just because of the music I'll watch it. But if the movie is also good, then I'll watch it 2 or 3 times. Like I watched Kantara and Interstellar. I watched Interstellar thrice and Kantara thrice. The only 2 movies I've watched 3 times. Now, let's listen to the Batman vs Superman stuff. No, let me make you listen to this piece. The very first piece, okay? Listen to this. इससे नहीं होगा. But they were saying we are a country where people watch movies where they kill each other with a fucking banana, तो क्या? Okay, Doipan Bhattacharya is saying something interesting. Okay, so far you all got the vibe, right? That this is very Batman versus Superman-y. And I like that. I am not looking forward to completely fresh stuff. I want Hans Zimmer to do Hans Zimmer things. Doipan Bhattacharya is saying harmonies are being encouraged now at various academies. However, Dada, I'm very skeptical that Hans Zimmerish music won't get much appreciated, at least in West Bengal. People here are still stuck best at being critical. Hans Zimmer and West Bengal should not go in the same sentence ever. No one gives a shit what people in West Bengal think. And I don't give a shit if they criticize Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer and West Bengal, oh my god. Firstly, a lot of people do appreciate Hans Zimmer in West Bengal. I mean, in Kolkata at least. So most of them are outside Kolkata. If the people of Kolkata who think Anupam Roy is the best thing to have happened to music, and fawn over lyrics like Pyaj Koli and Kolkata Rasta Ghat, etc., all they want is nostalgia in lyrics. Like Anupam Roy lyrics often are. They are just a list of things you are supposed to get from the bazaar. Okay, like uh, what coffee cup, धान खेत, प्याज कोली, चायर का, खोशाड्डी, घोड़ाड्डी, etc. They just name a bunch of random things that they find nice and comfy, and they write a lyrics out of it. So people who appreciate that definitely are not going to appreciate Hans Zimmer. And let's have our exclusive group. Fuck them. Our consumption patterns are better objectively. So screw those guys. I'm still hoping for this to start. नहीं होगा. Let's check comments. What do you think Hans Zimmer better pianist than our beloved? Physique being considered slim by people is something that will always bug me. Hans Zimmer का अपमान हो जाएगा. I don't want Ramayana from this perspective. New view, new spin. I want a film based on the original Valmiki Ramayan. Yeah, why aren't they? By the way, how do you know this is not based on the original Valmiki Ramayan? And what is people's enmity with the original Valmiki Ramayan? Why aren't they making a movie on that? अरे ये तो सेम है बस ड्रम्स को. दो तीन कंपनी मिलकर आज मुझे कॉपीराइट देंगे. तो यू गेट द वाइब. नाउ लिसन टू अ पीस कॉल्ड Pinha by Dhruv Goyal, who is probably assisting Hans Zimmer in this film. Okay, this is one of the best pieces of music you'll have ever heard. Copyright देना है दे दो, हम पैसा शेयर कर लेंगे. So this is Annette Phillips' arrangement, or Dhruv Goyal and Annette Phillips did it together. This is Annette Phillips, okay? She is the one who founded this Berkeley India Ensemble, invited A.R. Rahman. That was when A.R. Rahman got invited for the honorary PhD at Berkeley. She is the one who does all the arrangements for this ensemble. And this is a fascinating original composition by Dhruv Goyal. And he sings it as well. And people from all over the world are in the ensemble doing great music. I will pause repeatedly so that I don't get completely blocked out, okay? But this guy is from Turkey. Probably the best violin player in the world right now. Check out his work with Shreya Ghoshal. जैसे कि सदाफ में शफाफ गहर बिना तकदीर बदलने में तकदीर बदलने में एक पल भी ना लगा होती जब इना. Sorry guys, pausing. It's bugging you, but I'm pausing only so that I don't get blocked out. अगर ऐसा कॉपीराइट रहता है कि जहाँ पे मुझे मोनेटाइजेशन शेयर करना है उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है मुझे, बट पूरा गाना सुना दूँ तो तब प्रॉब्लम है. तो यहाँ पे ध्रुव गोयल, वही ध्रुव गोयल है, ठीक है? ध्रुव गोयल के सामने जो माइक था वो 2.5 लाख रुपए का माइक है. नाउ समवन इज सेइंग, वेट, वन ग्रेट क्वेश्चन और कमेंट केम. या, हु इज द बेस्ट बंगाली कंपोजर फॉर बंगाली म्यूजिक? बेस्ट कंपोजर in Bengal today, I think, is Indranil Dasgupta. He is the one who was on the jury who said that Sardar Udham should not be sent to the Oscars because it disrespects and hurts British people, okay? He is the best composer in West Bengal. Honestly, I'm not being sarcastic. He is the best. Check out a song called Bojena She Bojena, which is probably the best Bengali song in the last 20 years of Tollywood, okay? By Arijit Singh. That was Arijit Singh's breakout song pretty much in West Bengal. That's been composed by Indra Dasgupta. And the person who does all the programming for him, Shamik Chakraborty, he is the best orchestrator in Kolkata. I think him and Tamalkanti Haldar. I do nice stuff as well. No one knows it. I have not got enough breaks yet. But Shamik Chakraborty is pretty much the best orchestrator in town, and he does all his stuff for Indra Dasgupta. He's also the one who did the background score for Gumnami Baba as well, Gumnami movie. ये जो गिटारिस्ट है, ये गिटारिस्ट ना उतना सोलो बजाता नहीं है ज़्यादा, मगर एक बार बजाया था. कहाँ पे बजाया था? बर्कली इंडिया एंसेम्बल के ए आर रहमान को ऑनररी पीएचडी देने का जो कॉन्सर्ट था, वहाँ पे इसने एक सोलो बजाया था. वो हेलो मिस्टर एतकर्ची, वो गाने के जस्ट पहले वाला गाने में. आई थिंक दैट वाज उर्वशी के एंड में शायद एक सोलो था इसका. So this guitarist has been a huge influence on me, not for the solos, but the way he helps in the arrangement of the song. You won't be able to hear it significantly. You won't even know often that it's a guitar creating that sound. But I've learned so much from following this guy's work. Now, another thing is, someone was saying Dhruv Goyal's voice, heavenly voice. But remember, he has gone there probably for either for learning film scoring or for jazz composition. That's going to be his graduation. Since he's assisting Hans Zimmer, he might have learnt film scoring, although Hans Zimmer picks graduates from Berkeley from all departments. Like Ramin Djawadi, the composer of Game of Thrones, was a jazz composition graduate. Same as Hamare Edapalli Ramaswamy. What Ramaswamy is his name? Edapalli Ramaswamy, right? The guitarist Prasanna Ramaswamy, not Edapalli Ramaswamy. So Prasanna Ramaswamy was a jazz composition graduate. Mekal Hassan was a jazz composition graduate from Berkeley. He might be a film scoring graduate or a Berkeley or a jazz composition graduate. But his principal instrument, everyone has to select one principal instrument. Even if you learn artist management, you have to know one instrument. So his principal instrument was probably vocals. And the guy who has mixed this, who has mixed most of the videos of Berkeley Indian Ensemble, is a guy called Kaushlesh Rajpurohit. He plays a bunch of percussions and a lot of tabla as well. But he was there for sound engineering. Sid Sriram. He is a sound engineering graduate from Berkeley. Oh, what a song. Now, let's introduce you to some of the vocalists here. I don't know any of them here, but I used to know a lot of them. There are a bunch of Bengalis. Not all of them are here. They were in the A.R. Rahman times. This is much later. Oh, by the way, I have to aware you of one bias before declaring that you also like this song, okay? Remember, Indians, for some reason, are genetically predisposed to love, absolutely love, any song that is in the 7/8 time signature. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The beat, you'll usually have heard this beat. Or tik tang, tik tang. Was Agnipath's one of the ballads of Agnipath in 7/8? What was Sonu Nigam's song? What was Sonu Nigam's Agnipath song? I think that was in 7/8, right? Yeah, that was 7/8. So I think 4/4 is very common as well. Yeah, 4/4 everyone loves in the world, but 7/8 is especially loved by Indians, and I don't think Indians can think of one single song on 7/8 which they don't like. And therefore today composers have realized that, oh, just make a song in 7/8 and people will like it anyway. So they have really weak compositions even on 7/8. Okay, so think of any song that you think of any song that you dislike which is in this beat: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Now this song is also on in 7/8, but I think this is just a great song. The credit for this song sounding great does not belong to the time signature. Those of you who have good headphones, which cost at least more than 1000 rupees, do listen to this song on headphones because of the bass guitar, which you won't be able to hear on any other speaker or phone loudspeaker, etc. There's a bunch of beautiful stuff going on in the bass guitar, okay? पीछे ध्रुव गोयल कितना पुल कर रहा है देखो. ऐसा सिंगर, ऐसा कंपोजर अभी हैंस जिमर का असिस्टेंट है. This is Ishita Sinha. She's from Patna. The girl on the right side from this side, from our POV, that's a Bengali girl. She's a famous jazz singer in the country right now, but she's a Delhi-based Bengali. Her name is Sanjita Bhattacharya. The day the drummer came on our podcast, he was talking about Sanjita. He was calling her Sanjita Di. Now, Dhruv Goyal is not the best male vocalist, by the way, in this team, okay? There's a Tamil guy who is the best vocalist here. Check out his stuff in other songs. The guy that you could see, एक लड़का उसके साइड में खड़ा था. That's the best singer here. Check out his stuff in the live performances where Rahman was getting the PhD. And check out his stuff on the recorded versions as well. He is the best singer. Because everyone was screwing up in the live concert, okay? They did not do a very good job of performing the songs. Except one or two songs. But that guy is rock solid. He sings all songs comfortably without any flaws even in the live performances. His best performance was, I think, in the recorded versions when they did a cover of Berkeley Indian Ensemble, did a cover of an old Shankar S. Anloy Tamil song. Okay, now listen to Indian bansuri type playing, but from a guy who is from Singapore. This is the guy. This is the best singer. Yeah, Rohan, Audio Technica headphone. This is 10 years old at this point. No, 11 years old. This is the headphone usually used by Hans Zimmer as well, which I found out after I bought the headphone. So, what else did I want to discuss? I can't remember right now. But anyway, so what a teaser. Oh my god. एक बार फिर से सुनते हैं टीजर. ओके, एक मिनट, रुद्विक का कमेंट लेना है यहाँ पे. Suggest some in-ear monitors for laptop. The costlier you go, they'll be usually great. I like Audio Technica, but Audio Technica's earphones are really not that hardy. I don't want companies to sue me, but too many of my Audio Technica earphones broke off like 1 or 2 months after buying them. Then I got into a better brand called Sound Magic. But I haven't bought earphones in a long time. I use the ones that my mom gave away to me. These are Sony earphones. They cost, I think, about 1500 rupees. They are pretty good. Marshall, I don't know. Okay, what was Rudvik saying? Kahan hai? Not playing the contrarian, I did not like the visuals of the Ramayan teaser. The gold insignias make it feel like it starts. Oh, yeah, GOT opening. Fair enough. But can you dislike something just because it sounds or looks like something else? You can say it's not that original. I guess fair enough. I agree it's like GOT, but it did not bug me. I did not find it anything negative or annoying or ugly. I think it's beautiful, but it's just like GOT. Same with the background score, Rutvik. It's not a completely original genre. It's absolutely what Hans Zimmer has done, what Hans Zimmer is famous for. उसी के लिए उनको यहाँ पे hire किया जा रहा है, तो वही music है. You can say this is Dark Knight Rises, Man of Steel, Da Vinci Code, etc. in the background score. But that's what he is being hired for. यही point है, यही goal है उन लोगों का. मगर movie से उतना hopes नहीं है मेरा. देखूंगा तो सिर्फ music के लिए ही. Ajinabahu means someone whose arms touch their knees. How can someone's arms touch their knees? ये क्या phenotype है? Find me an actor who's built like. Find me a human who's built like that. Rama is also dark skinned, which Indians don't like for some reason. I want to know who play Parshurama role in Ramayana. Parshurama रहेंगे क्या Ramayana में? The problem isn't ugly or original; it's authenticity. It would have been fantastic if they had if they had the same insignia in stones. Yeah, Dada, the sponge of my Sony headphone has come off. Any way to fix it? Uh, I don't know. I don't think you can buy them separately. Ajinabahu, Rama is supposed to be Ajinabahu. Yeah. तो डार्क स्किन रामायणा कर सकते थे. डार्क स्किन ऐसे एक्टर तो कहीं ना कहीं मिल भी जाते. उनको तो फेयर स्किन ही चाहिए. रणबीर्स लुक इज वेरी वेरी अनोइंग हियर. RRR's look has to be the top. I can't see anything beyond that. Let's listen to the teaser once again and then we will go offline, okay? People bug over the Ramayana because it's full of Karuna Rasa, Bhivatsya Rasa and Veer Rasa. Basically, heavy gore, no drama, and Sri Rama eats meat, which destroys people. I see. So it would be a more darker, gritty retelling of Ramayana. What's the problem with that? Why aren't they doing it? Alexandrov ensemble. No, I have not heard of them. Global audience तो pull करने के लिए they are westernizing the Indian dish. Imagine biryani with zucchini thrown in. ग्लोबल ऑडियंस को पुल करने के लिए अगर हैंस जिमर है तो ठीक है. मतलब इट शुड बी एटलीस्ट अ गुड फाइनल प्रोडक्ट. तो अभी तक टीजर का म्यूजिक तो गुड है, मगर वेस्टर्न ऑडियंस को पुल करने के लिए अगर ट्री के ब्रांच पे बिना वेट का एक सीजीआई राम दौड़ते हैं, वो उससे तो वेस्टर्न ऑडियंस भी पुल नहीं होंगे. तो उसके लिए सीताराम उनके लिए मैटर नहीं करेगा. मगर अगर हम ही गाली दे दे तो तब कैसे चलेगा उनको वेस्टर्न ऑडियंस. ये सब गलतियाँ नहीं होना चाहिए. अच्छा, 5,59,000 व्यूज़ हुआ है अभी तक. नाइस. मैंने जब लाइव स्ट्रीम शुरू किया तब अबाउट 93,000 व्यूज़ था. ओके, व्यूज़ उठ रहा है. और आई थिंक पीपल फाउंड इट टू गुड टू बी ट्रू. हैंस जिमर एंड ए रहमान एक्चुअली में. मगर म्यूज़िक तो बहुत ही बढ़िया हो. आज मल्टीपल कॉपीराइट्स खाएंगे. आई एम रेडी फॉर इट. माई बॉडी इज़ रेडी फॉर इट. एंड दैट टू वी आर लिसनिंग टू इट ऑन 720p. आफ्टर द लाइव स्ट्रीम आई विल पुट इट ऑन लूप at 1080p. Chalo, for the last time today in this live stream at least. I don't know, I got so excited I could not discuss a lot of things. Probably I'm forgetting a bunch of things that I want to talk about in the music. If you all have any questions about the music, let me know. I'm sure about new spin because every time it's Sita's view, Ravan's view, Karna's wife's view. Why can't you just be... Yeah, ये फालतू की चीज़ें नहीं करना चाहिए. When it popped out in my feed, I thought it's a fan-made thing just by watching the thumbnail, but man, it's real. Yeah. Most Jain Tirthankaras and Buddhist Bodhisattvas are considered Ajinabahu. Even Hanuman is... Yeah, Hanuman is Ajinabahu because he's not fully human. He's a meta-human. It's not about the taste, but the experience. 5-star hotel may they dilute the spiciness for foreigners. Okay. अच्छा, डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था. लोल. CRM, I can't tolerate it. I just remembered what else I was going to show you. I was going to just do a bit of shameless self-promotion and show you some of my orchestral works, okay? Yeah. Let's see if they hold up. But they are about 5 years old, the stuff that's on YouTube. Ramayana was big. Raboner haircut mone ache Adipurush, yes. Now, wait, there was one great question here. I wonder what will be the movie like. Now, अभी तो 1.5 साल वेट करना है भाई. 26 में ये फर्स्ट पार्ट आएगा, उसके बाद थर्ड पार्ट आएगा. The reason I'm going to play one or two of my pieces here is because of specifically the orchestration, okay? कहाँ से आज मैंने सुबह उठ के देखा कि ये जो गरुड़गमन वृषभ वाहन का जो चंद्रचूड़ा था उसका मैंने कवर किया था, उसका फिर कड़ों के भी सेपरेट से अपलोड किया था, वहाँ पे 3.8 के व्यूज़ हो गया. ये मोनेटाइज चैनल नहीं है, ये छोटा चैनल है, मैं खुद से अपना कुछ चीज़ें अपलोड करते रहता हूँ. बट दिस वॉज माई ऑर्केस्ट्रल हेवी ऑर्केस्ट्रल एपिक लार्ज ऑर्केस्ट्रल कवर of a Fossils song, okay? Fossils is a Bengali rock band, the most popular musicians in West Bengal. उसके पहले एक और छोटा चीज़ दिखाता हूँ. This was an epic orchestral type covered version of theme music from Baishe Sravon. It's a old Bengali film from 2011 which did not have heavy orchestral stuff, but I did it heavy orchestrally 5 years back. Check this out. इसीलिए आज स्ट्रीम यार्ड नहीं खोला. ये सब ऑडियो क्वालिटी स्ट्रीम यार्ड में गड्ढे में चला जाता, इसलिए आज OBS. So Tenohe Kabanza is spamming and saying Bengal Files reaction though. Yeah, we will do Bengal Files then. After I force you all to listen to this is another one I wanted you all to check out, okay? We will go through that as well, and then we will check out Bengal Files teaser, okay? But first, check out this orchestral work of mine, an orchestral cover of a Bengali rock song. Let's see, who else is saying what? Cinema is dead all over the world. This will not be anything special. How long do you think they will milk culture, religion and nationalism for profit? Cinema is dead. That's why they need culture, religion and nationalism for profit. नहीं तो कैसे चलेगा बाबा? नहीं तो सब तो नेटफ्लिक्स में होगा. नेटफ्लिक्स के बाहर अगर मूवी देखना है तो रामायण ही देखना है. घर में बैठ के रामायण ऐसा बड़ा मूवी देखने का मज़ा नहीं है. और हॉल में जाके इंटीमेट मिनिमलिस्ट स्लो बर्न स्टोरी टेलिंग मूवी देखने का भी कोई आज के दिन में फ़ायदा नहीं है, मज़ा नहीं है, टाइम नहीं है. तो ये क्लियर डिस्टिंक्शन हो जाए तो ठीक है. ऐसे मूवीज़ के लिए हॉल, ऐसे मूवीज़ के लिए नेटफ्लिक्स. चलो. थैंक यू दीपन. This is a pure orchestral stuff. Even the video was shot and edited and color graded by me. It was a tribute to the original video by Fossils. इसको थोड़ा हाई क्वालिटी करते हैं. These are from 4 years, 5 years back. I'm way better now, lol. After this, we will check out Bengal Files teaser, okay? Yeah, দেখে তো যাবোই, but I feel like I'm
মানুষই তোমার সাথে আলাপচারিতা শুরু, সেই যে হয়েছে তা তো শেষ করা যায়নি আজও। মানুষই জানি না কোথায় তুমি এ মুহূর্তে, অনিশ্চয়তা নিয়ে কেমন ভাবে বেঁচে আছো। তোমার চলে যাওয়ার আকস্মিকতায় ভেঙে গেছি আমি, আর শেষ হয়ে গেছে প্রত্যয়ে। মৃত্যু ভয় আমার কোনোদিন ছিল না, জাঁকিয়ে বসেছে আমায় এখন জীবনের ভয়ে। শোনো মানুষই, শোনো কারো হাহাকার, দরজার কাছে দাঁড়িয়ে আমার সাথে আরেকবার, শুধু একবার দেখো মানুষই, ওই দিগন্তে দেখো, ওই জীবনের সীমান্তে উড়ছে পাখি। শুধু তোমার ক্ষমতা আছে পাখিটাকে কাছে ডাকবার, শুধু তোমার ক্ষমতা আছে পাখিটাকে ঘরে ফেরাবার। ভালোবাসা না হলে কি অনুশাসনের যুগে হঠাৎ বড় হওয়ার ছন্দটা খুঁজে পেয়ে মনে মনে লেখা হাজারটা চিঠি তোমাকে পাঠাই। সে চিঠি পাওনি তুমি, আজকে বুঝেছি যখন সময় চলে গেছে তোমাকে নিয়ে। আমার থেকে বহু দূরে তুমি দাঁড়িয়েছো জলতায়, 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 আমার থেকে বহু দূরে তুমি দাঁড়িয়েছো জলতায়।
So you see, this kind of orchestration is possible from just keyboards and softwares. If you need even better stuff, only then do you need real players. And if you need Hans Zimmer stuff, obviously you need Hans Zimmer's budget. But this stuff is possible from a synthesizer at home. But people don't know that it's possible because not everyone has spent that much of time in just learning music programming like I have. I don't like to play. I'm not a good synthesizer player. A lot of people spend their most amount of their time in practicing the instrument, but my programming is my instrument. So all my skill set has gone into building that. Now, if only people knew that this is possible, I think I would get a lot of more work for doing this kind of music. So any producer, director listening to this, hi guys, if you want music like Ramayana introduction, I'm the guy for you, not too many else. Now let's check out Bengal Files trailer and then the movie that Abhay is recommending. We'll check out that as well. It's a teaser, right? Which one is the official? Oh, this one was just a long dialogue, right?
मैं एक कश्मीरी पंडित हूँ, इसीलिए यकीन के साथ कह सकता हूँ बंगाल दूसरा कश्मीर बनता जा रहा है। क्यों आज़ादी के 80 साल बाद भी हम उसी कम्युनल पॉलिटिक्स से लड़ रहे हैं? क्या हम आज़ाद हैं? और अगर आज़ाद हैं तो इतने बेबस क्यों हैं?
Whoa. Guys, let me show you something. I think this is the cello being used here. Okay? रुको, तुमको दिखाते हैं आज. There's someone called Tina Guo, who is the chief cello player for Hans Zimmer in live concerts. She has two of these software versions where she has played the individual sa, re, gamma, all the notes, and the transitions from sa to re to ga, and different kinds of transitions as well. They are mapped onto a software where so that I can play them from my keyboard. That's called a music software. That's how music softwares are made. Now I'll try to pick some of the melodies up from this movie and see if this is the software being used. Okay. Yeah, let me know if you all can hear the piano. Yeah. Exactly this tone. So you see, we have a bit of Hans Zimmer in Bengal files as well, don't we? Isn't that the case? Let me see the comments. Montu pilot Gopal Bhatt. VSP saying, or some people learn C++ to learn how to program those synths and VSPs to optimize instruments to work in. वो हमको माफ करो VXT, वो तुम लोगों से होगा. To think of other NI libraries, I think they are using Cinematic Studio solo strings and Cine strings solo. At least the reverb sounds like that. Yeah, VXT, because something else was playing along with this Tinago VST. And I don't use the Cinematic Studio plugins because it's so common in the industry. Just for that reason, I don't use it. I was thinking, what else are they using? It might be that. Agnihotri jhepedayani. Nah. This is not plagiarism, guys. Agnihotri's composer here, whoever is the composer, they have just used this solo cello. If I was not given a budget for solo cello, I would use this exact same software. This is just a software. The melody has been composed by the composer. Okay. कहाँ गया मेलोडी? Right. Yeah, this is Bengal Files theme. Let's check out the rest of the theme now. So Tina Guo, we will listen to a bit of Tina Guo's works now. She's the one who played the Wonder Woman theme as well, and we will see her in what else? Dune as well. I'll show you who Tina Guo is and her capabilities. Yeah, VXT, the additional surrounding orchestrations, string sections, they seem to be from Cine Strings. The solo one is from Tina Guo. And the solo one, to if it is right now in the world, for any slow melody, Tina Guo's this particular cello software is the best in the world. If you want fast, quick lines, then this can't work because the legato is so slow. Tina Guo plays with that slow legato passion. She always plays. There are no fast legatos here, so you can't use that for fast melodies. The reference track seems to be that of Godfather as well, because there are influences of that. Godfather's theme is so there was a bit of that melody motif. Agnihotri means literally. Okay, now let's check out a bit of Tina Guo, then we'll check out the movie Abhay was talking about. अरे इतना स्लो है. उसका थोड़ा ही दिखाऊंगा क्योंकि बहुत कॉपीराइट खाएंगे नहीं तो. टीना गुओ. Okay, so this is the vibe. This is Tina Guo. Her cello is being played in Bengal files, lol. Now let's check out Veera Chandrahasa teaser. What movie is this?
పెరుగుతున్న మీ ద్వేషం యొక్క గర్జించే జ్వాలలో ఎంతరిచి భయపెట్టిన భయమెరుగని శ్వాసం గెలిచినచ సృష్టవుతుంది ఇతిహాసం ఆ ఇతిహాసానికి విలాసమే ఈ చంద్రహాస.
Nice stuff. Let's check out the trailer.
ಬಾಲರ ನಡುವೆ ಸುಧಾಕರನಂತೆ ಶೋಭಿಪ ಬಾಲ ಕುಂತಳದ ಮಹಾರಾಜನಾಗ್ತಾನೆ. ನೀತಿ ನಡೆಸುವವ ದುಷ್ಟ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಚದುರಂಗದಾಟದಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ವಿರುದ್ಧವಾಗಿ ಉರುಳಿದ ಕೊನೆಯ ದಾಳ ಮುಗಿಲೆದ್ದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ಜ್ವಾಲೆಯ ಅಟ್ಟಹಾಸ ಕಿಕ್ಕಿರಿದರು ಬೊಬ್ಬಿರಿದರು ಬೆದರಿತೆ ಈ ಶ್ವಾಸ ಎಂದರೆ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯಾಗುವುದು ಇತಿಹಾಸ ಆ ಇತಿಹಾಸಕ್ಕೆ ವಿಳಾಸವೇ
रिलीज करने से पहले घोषणा कर दिया ये कल्चरल हिट ऑफ द एरा है। कन्हैया कुमार कब आया यहाँ पे? अरे बाप रे। तो यू सी दिस इज़ अ वेरी गुड टीजर एंड वेरी ऑसम म्यूजिक इन द एंड, बट it doesn't look very homebale-ish. I don't know why that is so. This is not up to the mark in terms of how good Hombale does stuff. A lot of CGI looks very cheap. A lot of camera set looks really cheap. The cave scenes are horrible. They are not horrible if other production houses do it. Hombale से इससे बहुत ज़्यादा आशा है. I don't know why Hombale would do this. Even the music, Ravi Basrood's stuff is not of this caliber. Near the end, it seemed like yes, this is a Ravi Basrood thing, but it was mostly underwhelming. I don't know how. Yes, there was Makali in the video. Color grading and CGI is not up to the mark. Yeah, even the camera quality, the distance from the camera, I think there were different FPSs which were really badly edited. I haven't seen Kantara. Is there any way I can watch it in theater? Will they show it in film festival? Lol. अभी तक कांतारा नहीं देखे हैं. Ravi Basrood made it. Oh, then it's understandable because Ravi Basrood is a first time director, I guess, a musician who is doing it. तब ठीक है. और अगर होम्बले ने रवि बसरूड को बोला है अच्छा ठीक है तुम करना चाहते हो थोड़ा ऐसा, मतलब हमसे हमारे साथ इतना अच्छा संबंध है इसलिए दे देते हैं तुम्हें थोड़ा पैसा, in that case it makes sense why this would not be that great. Sounds like a Phrygian scale with flat 6, flat 7. Did you Tina the Amar Pishir mein Tina go okay then it's 6. Oh, this is a 2-hour podcast already. नहीं लोग नहीं देखेंगे हमारा teaser analysis अगर इससे ज़्यादा हो गया तो for that reason we are going to go offline now. Thanks a lot for joining guys. Bye bye. See you soon later on.